What's up, itty bitties and little ditties? And in today's video, I leveled up Wolf's candy so you wouldn't have to. And we're going to talk about why his candy is either so good or so bad. I don't know. We did some testing and I think it's pretty good, but I just want to show you guys to make you guys can form your own opinion on it. So guys, I went ahead and got Wolf's candy to level 11. Yeah, guys, I spent a little cha-ching to get his candy there, but that's fine. That's fine. It's all for the love of the game. So guys, first let's talk about his ability. The Lone Hunter. Enemies that are hit by regular attack during transformation are inflicted with injury. If Werewolf Cookie attacks injured enemies while transformed, he will inflict the fatal wound and torn scar debuff. At the end of his transformation, deals a final strike to his enemies. Werewolf Cookie's magic candy makes him heavier, making him less affected by knockback and flying. Alright guys, so when he transforms now, he's going to be getting a debuff of 40%. He's going to be dealing injury with every single normal attack up to 25%. Fatal wound debuff on the enemy as well, which increases that injury cap by 40%, so a max of 65% injury while he's using his ability. And also final hit damage is going to be 44.3% of Wolf Cookie's max HP. Guys, this is the main thing you want with Werewolf. Level 10 is absolutely worth it, and I think even getting to level 30 is worth. Let's talk about it though. Torn Scar lasts for 17 seconds, triggers after reaching 2 stacks. Torn Scar triggered. Damage worth 100% of attack plus 30% damage relative to injury. And as you can see guys, as it goes from plus 20 to plus 30, it scales even higher. This is like reverse sorbet. So instead of taking damage based off of the max HP the opponent has, this is going to take damage based off of the amount of injury the current opponent has, which I think sorbet is a little bit better, but this is not bad in any way. And guys, as for topping on Wolf, I am running one set with max raspberries, which is gonna be for our PvE stuff, and for PvP stuff we're gonna be running max almond. So guys, let's hop into some PvE stuff now and talk about what he's really good at. All right guys, hopping into the Living Abyss boss now. This is where I feel Werewolf is his best at. I was surprised when I saw what the damage output on him was. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying there. That's kind of weird, but yeah guys, we're just gonna go through his Living Abyss boss. I want to show you how much damage he can do. Now you gotta kind of play it safe. It depends on your toppings and stuff like that. We will be making a video on Werewolf Cookie for Living Abyss, this team right here, so I can show you all the toppings that everyone's using and everything like that. So guys, make sure you stick around for that video. It'll be coming out soon on the channel. But yeah guys, right now I just want to put on display how good this team is and how much damage Werewolf is actually hitting on this boss, because it's absolutely insane. Yeah guys, don't worry about my TNT Werehound over here. He's kind of down bad right now. His toppings are not the best. His toppings are absolutely atrocious, and if I could get better toppings for him, he would be so good. But unfortunately right now, I can't get the good toppings for him at all. He dies at the very end there, as you can see. But yeah guys, we're finishing up with a boss here. It's a pretty simple team as well. It's mostly auto for the most part, except for the beginning. Let's take a look at the damage here. Oh, 86 million damage. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is the highest I've ever gotten. When I was doing testing before, I was getting consistent like 80 million. We just got 86 million damage, almost 90 million damage on this Living Abyss boss, guys. Hey, yo, let's take a look at his damage now. My boy is putting in the work. 51 million damage from my boy. Holy gosh. As you can see, guys, absolutely snaps on this boss. He is so good. Alright guys, we're gonna hop into one more PvE stage now to see how much solo damage he can do against the boss. Alright guys, taking Werewolf into 1230 now against the dragon here. We're gonna see how much damage he does. I love using this boss to test because this boss has such a big health pool. So I'm always curious to see how much damage a Cookie's gonna do against these bosses. Decent damage. That final hit damage though is pretty nice. You do want to get as much HP as you can for him, except for Guild Boss. Guild Boss, you have to draw a fine line because you don't want him getting eaten by the Abyss. Actually, he's doing pretty good amount of damage. Also, guys, another big factor with Werewolf, guys, you want to make sure he gets robes and a robe buff. He really shines with robes and robe buff. That is absolutely the best thing for him. Make sure you have robes and robe buff with him. But yeah, guys, we're just going to time lapse through the rest of this now to see how well he can do against this dragon. Alright guys, as you can see there, let's take a look at how much damage he did. He did 5 million damage against this boss. Now keep this in mind guys, he couldn't do any injury, so he couldn't do any extra damage. This is basically just his base damage. I think that is fairly decent, getting the boss down this much health without using really any of his buffs here. So I think his stat increase in general was really good for him. Also that other damage did play a role into it with the max HP scaling. So yeah guys, now guys, we're gonna hop into some PvP to show you what Wolf is made of in PvP, guys. Alright guys, hopping into an arena match here against a but it's probably going to be a Wildberry Fin comp or something of the sorts. Basically double tank, double DPS, or, well, Eclair and Black Pearl in the back. But let's see how this team can do and do against this team here. So on this team, guys, we're running this Fin, Dark Cacao, Werewolf, and Espresso to maximize the amount of injury the enemy takes, because, like I said, his damage does scale off the amount of injury the opponent already has on them. So we usually want to try to stack up the injury as much as possible, guys. That's going to be the best bet for this team. Just stack up that injury as much as possible, and then let him go. Make sure he's full damage resist, though. That's why I'm using for here full damage resist, because he will die if he's not full damage resist. Alright, guys, easy win there. Pretty decently easy win there. That guy is rank 1000, and let's check the damage out that Wolf is putting out. Hey, yo! This is pretty big damage, considering that Finn is giving Espresso her buff. Also, Espresso is using max raspberries, whereas my boy Wolf right here is using full almonds, and he almost outputs the same amount of damage as that. 2 million damage, absolutely crazy. Let's hop into one more match now to see how good he is against maybe a different type of comp. Here's going to be another comp right here where they have double tank and they're using vampire in the back. Guys, this comp is really weak against the sorbet comps, as you should know. I mean, the more tanks you use, the more powerful sorbet becomes, and I think the sorbet team is the best team in Arena right now. But I think Werewolf is actually a very viable option in Arena right now. He's tearing it up. I will say this team is probably a little bit harder to build than most of the other teams you've seen in Arena. But yeah, honestly, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Absolutely going crazy right here. Oh, our Espresso is dead though. And also one downside about Wolf as well is that he can never get Fin buff because he's always too low on HP to receive that buff. Yeah, guys, we lost this match right here. If your timings aren't right against these vampire comps, you will lose against vampire comps too. So you just gotta make sure timings are right. So you make sure that your Espresso is always covered by some type of shield, either from BTS or Fin, which can be hard to do, but you can mess around with the timings of cooldown and stuff like that to really test that out. All right, guys, hopping into our final review now of Werewolf Cookies Magic Candy. If I were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give Werewolf's Magic Candy probably a solid 8 out of 10, high 8, maybe 9. It's a really good candy. It helps out with PvE stuff, PvP stuff too. And I think potentially Werewolf, if someone finds the right team for it, could be meta in Arena. He's obviously the one to go to for Guild Boss right now, almost dealing 90 million damage on Abyss. Absolutely huge. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys stick around and stay tuned for those videos coming out on the Abyss team and also the video on his PvP team. On top of that, guys, make sure you come check us out twitch.tv/you can't see me too. You know, you can come chill with me and Milky and Lee and everyone in chat. Anyways, guys, back to the main topic here. Should you get your Wolf to candy to level 10? Yes, you should. I think it's absolutely essential to get it to level 10. If you're going to get Wolf's candy, get it to level 10, because I don't think before 10 is very good. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one later. Bye-bye!